Hello, I'm Jonathan Crowe, and I'm here on the Truth About Youth course in Bath, and I've been learning how to make a film. On this course we're now in the second week, and we've been learning how to write a script, we've been learning how to do research, we've been learning to work together, and now we have begun filming.
I'm Daniel Luke Houston. I'm also on the course, and it's hard to believe we'll be doing all this stuff and filming in just 3 weeks.
Hi, I'm Jake. If you're wondering what the Truth About Youth project is all about, here's Annette from the Prince's Trust to explain more.
Truth About Youth is a national project and takes place in 7 parts of the UK. It's funded by the Cooperative Foundation. It shouts about the achievements of young people and also aims to challenge the widespread negative perceptions of young people in society. A different charity was chosen in each region, including us at the Prince's Trust in Bristol. 2013 was our 3rd year. We're really pleased that we've been given the go-ahead to continue for another 2 years. Every year we run creative courses for 6 groups of unemployed young people across the southwest, each course lasting for 3 weeks. We work with professional trainers in the creative industries, and on each course we also work with different community groups, so the young people get the chance to either get creatively involved with the different community groups or actually having discussions about what it means to be a young person today. By taking part in the projects, the young people learn general skills such as project management, team building and communication. They also learn lots of different life skills and technical skills.
Back in March, a group spent time in Southville with older members of the community, with a group called Linkage. They created a 2-hour-long radio show that was then broadcast on Bristol's community channel, BCFM. The show featured interviews between young and old people focusing on attitudes of youth over the generations.
Truth About Youth.
Here we are on BCFM, here to pack 2 of radio's finest hours with The Truth About Youth.
Hello, my name's Jess. My best bits on the Truth About Youth course are getting to know the older people, coming together and getting on really well. I really loved it, getting to hear their stories.
Dreams and aspirations, I've always had an open mind, but I always wanted to be manager of my own destiny. That was to do and make and improve or even question those above me that thought they knew it all.
My dreams and aspirations. Yeah, when I was younger at school, I always thought I'd like to be an air hostess. I could really fancy that, travelling a bit.
Listening to that, it seems like the group had a lot in common, despite the age differences. Our first film was made when the group met some blind and partially sighted people through the charity Action for Blind People. They created a really thought-provoking film looking at the preconceptions around visual impairment. The film was a love story called Eye to Eye, and it was shown at the Watershed, which is Bristol's independent cinema. You can find it on YouTube, but here are some clips right now.
I can't bring myself to say anything else but to apologise. I'm relieved that she's seen my stupidity at face value, and I'm awash with admiration at all the things she must endure. It's not that she concealed her blindness, but that I never saw it.
It's not all about film and radio. We did 2 performing art courses, one in the Theatre Royal in Plymouth and one in the Old Vic in Bristol, with professional directors and choreographers in both places. In Plymouth, as well as learning about acting and writing, the group interviewed people from Plymouth's elder tree over 50s. Many took part in the final performance called Mixed Messages, in front of a large audience at the Devonport Guildhall. A lot of practice hours went in, looking at how the different generations see each other.
And then in Bristol, the focus was on dance, acting and sign language to create Shifting Voices, a 30-minute show telling about stories, how communication barriers exist between people and how important signs and body language are. In getting ready for the show, they spent 3 weeks working with artists in flamenco, capoeira, spoken word, African drumming, breakdance, theatre development, performance skills around how people express themselves through dance, text, voice and sign. The story showed how things can go wrong when people misunderstand each other, possibly with disastrous consequences.
We had a special visitor at the Old Vic. The new Somerset and Avon Police and Crime Commissioner, Sue Mount-Stevens, spent some time with us, and 2 of our team got to interview her.
There's far too much negative stories about young people, so I think we can do a lot more, and we just don't do enough of the good stories. And I think that that's one of the roles of a police and crime commissioner, is to make sure that we change that perception of young people. There's a lot more that can be done, and I'm very determined to do it.
The next course took us in a new direction. It was an art course mainly about urban art, and the group of them created unique pieces which they showed off at the Guildhall Art Exhibition Centre. They worked with professional artists, learning technical skills from how to generate ideas and sketching, to planning and creating large-scale finished pieces. They also met up with older members of the community, teaching them painting techniques and discussing perceptions around urban art. Then they spent 2 days painting outdoor canvases at the Bear Pit Outdoor Gallery, talking with members of the public.
Brightens up places, doesn't it? Amazing. It gives the young people something to do, and you always hear people saying the young people do damage and they do this, that and the other, and here they're peaceful.
Yeah.
It's been a busy year so far. We've had 2 performing arts courses, a radio show, 2 short films made and an art exhibition. By keeping in touch with the young people over the course of the year, we found out that many of them have managed to get a job or gone on to further education.
And now we're back in Bath, putting the final touches onto our own film about the socially vulnerable. It shall be premiering in the Odeon very soon.
Popcorn and Prejudice was inspired by our group visits to community support centres such as Lifeline and Lunchbox. Here we met people in difficult circumstances and learnt about the help that they receive. This information was valuable to us in our focus for the short film.
There are things I wish never happened, and things I wish would.
I'm sorry. Being in the economic climate that we're in, I have no choice. This is your week's notice. You're being made redundant.
Hi, I'm PC Rogers from the City Police Department. I'm sorry to say that your house has been the site of a gas explosion that's burned down the entire residence. I'm sorry, the firemen did the best they could, but they're calling.
To be fair, is it? Not like I asked to be like this. It's not like I chose to be like this. I just lost my job. I'm aware that I look a mess.
This is City Banking Group. I'm afraid your account has been suspended.
What?
And we've had to shut it down to protect your funds.
Get out.
Oh my God, Nathan, are you all right?
I just lost everything. Even my shirt.
Listen, why don't you come with me and I can take you to the shelter?
What's the point?
Oh, don't be so hard on yourself. It's just people expecting too much. Come on. They do really good soup. And maybe even a shirt on your side as well.
Now that's the end of our look back over this year. Hundreds of you have been involved, and thank you so much to everyone.